All right, so here's my setup. I got an Evil Energy can. I think it's a 2-inch in, 3-inch out. I think I got it off Amazon for like 30 bucks. I wanted to do this on the cheap because, as I said, the car cost me like 500 bucks. And I'm trying to make this look like a really nice, well, not really nice, but a nice vehicle for as cheap as I can. So I measured it out, and from the OE rear flange to where I want this to end outside of the bumper is about 39 inches front to back. So if you're trying to do one of these, you're aiming for about 39 inches from flange to tip. That can vary by how much you want it to stick out. You could probably go as much as maybe 42 and make it look normal, but I really wanted this to be like an OE plus sort of look. So 39 inches overall. I cut the section here. This front section, this is actually directly off of the original exhaust. There's the muffler back there. I cut it right where the pipe meets the can. And I'll show you that in another clip in a second here. I bought this section of pipe off of Amazon as well. This is 1.75 inner diameter stainless steel. I actually got I think a 16-inch piece, and I cut about 4 inches off. There's the piece there. Don't quote me on these measurements because it actually is a slip fit like that. So I ran a bead of weld down here, ran a bead of weld down here. This was the complication because this can is about a 2-inch inner diameter. This is a 1.75 inner diameter. So there was about, give or take, 0.15-ish of spacing. So I actually cut some shims, some steel shims, and put them in there to hold it in place while I welded around. It was a bit of a faff, especially because I'm just using a MIG welder here, or flex welder, excuse me. And so it is kind of boogered up there, but it's sealed and it fits well and everything. And then what I did, as I said, is I took the OE hangers, because this is actually the OE hanger rubber like this. These two actually go into either side. Let me go over here. As I showed in the other video clip, like so. I cut these out and they actually kind of splay out this way. What I thought would be easier in this case would actually be to bring them in towards a center point like this. And so I actually burned it in. You can tell, not great welds, but it'll hold. It's nice and secure in there. And considering how thin this steel is, I had to be real careful not to burn straight through it. But got these two mounted in here with the original hanger, in the original hanger point. As I said in the other clip, it's actually mounted. The where this hanger goes in, this actually mounts to like the frame of the vehicle, so you can't unbolt that steel part. It's actually on there, so I had to pull it off here. But I'm still letting it cool for a second because I just finished welding it. But this should work just fine. I'll get a sound clip in just a second. But yeah, I'm actually pretty pleased with this. You'll only see about from here forward of the can, and it's actually overall nice quality. If you look at the welds that they did, not the ones I did, it's actually a really nice quality can. So Evil Energy for the win. This is actually the second time I've used their products and I've been really pleased. But yeah, this setup here, between this and this piece, these two here, I think I've got maybe 50 bucks in this, which actually I think is really good for an exhaust. It'll look OE plus, and you'll hear the sound in a second. It's a nice deep tone for a 1.8. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. So what I'll do is I'll throw it back on the car and then give you a cold start and maybe a couple of revs.